Why is body language important? Let's pretend this is us in a courtroom and I'm here trying to convince you, the jury, that body language is critical. Let's bring forth some evidence. The first reason, when you ask what people dislike about their communication, most people say, Vin, I don't want to sound monotone. I feel like I sound a bit monotone. Did you know that a monotone voice comes from a monotone body? If you move your body, you'll move your voice. In other words, your voice is connected to your body and your body is connected to your voice. Next, your body language supports the things that you actually say. Now let me do the same thing again. I'll say the same sentence without any body language. Next, your body supports the things that you say. Notice the difference? When you use body language, you are increasing the clarity of your communication. I'll do that again. When you use body language, you're increasing the clarity of what you're saying. Can you see the difference I'm talking about? Even more, when we use body language well, it gives you presence. And when you have a stronger presence, you'll be more influential. More than this, research has proven that people perceive you to be a better leader when you've got better body language. I want you to watch this next video. It's one of my students. And just watch their body language and just notice within yourself how you're perceiving them in terms of leadership qualities. Do you perceive them to be a great leader or an average leader? Check it out.
So today I want to make a point. 10 years ago, I was basically this. I tried to jump, but I didn't jump. Fast forward to 10 years today, I told myself, you just have to do it. You just have to go and give it your best and jump as high as you can. And I never looked back.
Did that person come across as a leader with their body language? Think about how their body language had an impact on your perceptions of them as a leader. Now let's look at another example of one of my other students. Have a look at this video.
Early on, I was dreadfully fearful of public speaking. And public speaking defined it could be 5 people sitting around a table, introducing themselves, talking about what they do, to 200 people. I couldn't speak, I couldn't breathe. Just talking about myself, I couldn't do those things. And then I got a coach, I got a mentor. She was a spectacular mentor, and I went from truly sucking to mediocrity. So progress. So fast forward, it's about 18 years ago, I get a phone call and it said, hey Steve, we would love for you to come to Amsterdam and do a presentation about team building.
How about that student right there? Did they come across as a better thought leader? Can you see the difference that body language has when it comes to communication skills? Imagine what happens when I stop using body language all of a sudden again. Notice how this impacts the way you receive the information that I'm sharing. It's not as effective, is it? Now I want to remind you that what I'm about to teach you both applies to when you're presenting in person, one-on-one, and one-to-many. See how the moment I use my hands, your level of engagement enhances? Okay, just really trying to bring this point home. But look, just as I was saying before, this applies to when you're presenting one-on-one and when you're presenting one-to-many. You just have to remember one rule. Be as big as the room with your body language. If you're speaking to one person, you can tone down the body language a little bit. Don't be so big, but don't bring such little body language that you dial it down to a 0. And if you're presenting to a room filled with providers, then you need to bring a bigger version of yourself with bigger body language. We just have to learn to be sensitive to this. I have a friend who's an amazing human being. I love him to death, but he's always too big for the room. And if you know him, it's fine. But if you're meeting him for the first time, he can be extremely overwhelming. He just uses such big body language and such big volume when there's only one person and you're just like, oh, please tone it down a little bit. And with each section of body language, I will share the nuances that you have to adjust for in the virtual world. Let's dive into body language.